Hey, t'arrives quoi, toi? Tu veux te faire trouver?
AKA opens in Libya's Siba province, where an Islamic extremist faction leads a blindfolded captive into their secret underground compound. The man, introduced as a journalist, is locked in a cage with his head still covered by a cloth. But the narrative soon reveals that he is not who he claims to be. The seemingly helpless prisoner quickly frees his restrained hands and reveals himself to be a highly trained undercover operative. He calls out to a woman in prison nearby, named Sonia Gautier, making it evident that she is the true reason for his infiltration. In a swift and violent confrontation, the agent eliminates all the militants guarding the facility. Alone with Sonia, he approaches her, but instead of offering rescue, he coldly executes her. It becomes clear that his mission from the start had been to assassinate her. Simultaneously, far away in Paris, a breaking news story dominates every major television network. A bomb explosion has occurred in a central Paris hotel room, an incident linked to a covert raid unit operation carried out by the French police. The objective of the raid had been to dismantle and arrest members of a terrorist cell. Authorities announced that the prime suspect behind both the bombing and the terrorist activities is a Sudanese warlord named Mokhtar al-Taib. In response to the crisis, Senator Martinet contacts his trusted ally Kruger, a high-ranking French police official. The two lament allowing al-Taib to slip through their grasp and suspect he's being sheltered by a powerful local criminal named Victor Pastor. Kruger quickly proposes a plan to locate and capture al-Taib by embedding someone inside Victor's organization. To accomplish this, Kruger selects the best operative he has, Adam Franco, the same man previously seen in Libya. Adam is tasked with infiltrating Victor's crime syndicate and is brought on as a temporary stand-in for one of Victor's henchmen. Once inside, Adam begins assimilating with the group and gradually earns their trust. He develops his first significant relationship with a gangster known as Pee-wee, accompanying him on their initial assignment, gathering intelligence on a bank they intend to rob. During this mission, Pee-wee is ambushed at gunpoint, and Adam intervenes with fearless aggression, neutralizing the threat. This act of bravery secures Pee-wee's loyalty, and the man begins confiding in Adam about the gang's internal struggles. Pee-wee explains that Victor's gang has recently been under pressure from a rival named Inmate. Inmate, a formidable Chechen criminal backed by his own small army of young enforcers, has been trying to push his narcotics business into Victor's territory. As Adam continues to embed himself, he learns more about Victor's personal life, particularly about his wife, Natalia, who operates a nightclub called Milord. Many of Inmate's men frequent Milord, which Natalia tolerates, causing tension with Victor, who is openly hostile toward Inmate. The marital strain between Victor and Natalia is worsened by her belief that Victor does not truly care for her children, since he is not their biological father. Eventually, Victor's team moves forward with their plan to rob the bank, and Adam is included in the operation alongside Pee-wee. The heist proceeds smoothly until a sudden collision disrupts their escape, followed by an ambush by armed men in multiple vehicles. It becomes clear that Inmate's forces were tipped off and intended to hijack the stolen money. A violent shootout erupts, and Adam and his crew manage to survive the attack. Afterwards, Victor and his top lieutenants try to determine how Inmate learned about their plans. They suspect a betrayal, as the robbery details had been closely guarded within the family. Unbeknownst to the others, Adam had already uncovered the truth the night before. He had witnessed one of Natalia's nightclub girls delivering a message to one of Inmate's men. In reality, Natalia, deeply dissatisfied with her life and desperate to escape Victor, had collaborated with Inmate. She had informed him about the bank heist in exchange for a promise: she would receive half of the stolen money and a chance to disappear. Adam, however, chose not to expose her. Instead, he sympathized with her situation and even encouraged her to leave the criminal world while she still could. Eventually, though, Victor discovers Natalia's betrayal and violently assaults her. As the story develops, Adam forms a deep emotional bond with Victor's young stepson, Jonathan. This connection is rooted in Adam's own painful past, which slowly comes to light. Although Victor briefly references Adam's history, it is Jonathan's older sister Helene who uncovers the full story through online research. Years earlier, when Adam was just 15, he had shot and killed a French minister outside a courthouse. The politician had been accused of molesting numerous children, including Adam's own younger brother, whose life was destroyed by the abuse. Frustrated with the slow pace of justice, Adam took matters into his own hands, executing the man in broad daylight. Despite being shot multiple times by police, Adam survived. During his recovery, Kruger approached him with a proposition: in exchange for his freedom, he would be trained to work covertly for the government. Adam agreed, launching a 2-decade-long career in clandestine operations. This painful personal history resurfaces when Adam sees Jonathan feeling neglected and scared within the dangerous environment of Victor's household. After Emmet's ambush fails and he loses both men and money, he escalates his assault on Victor. He kidnaps Jonathan from a zoo and contacts Natalia, threatening to kill the boy unless he is paid a ransom. While Natalia panics, Victor remains unmoved, stating that he refuses to bend his principles, even for his stepson's life. Seeing Victor's apathy and the desperation of Natalia and Helene, Adam takes action. He abandons his original mission to capture Mokhtar al-Taib and instead resolves to save Jonathan. Since he had previously placed GPS trackers on several of Victor's vehicles, he uses this to trace the car used in the abduction. Adam locates Emmet's hideout, eliminates all resistance, and rescues the boy, reuniting him with his mother and sister. As Adam investigates further, he uncovers that Pee-wee, whose real name is Asin, has direct ties to Mokhtar al-Taib. Asin is al-Taib's relative and had facilitated a meeting between Victor and the Sudanese figure. Adam tracks Asin's phone to locate al-Taib, intending to complete his mission. He learns that 2 other agents, Cisco and Mona, had also been assigned to the case. Cisco had followed al-Taib but was murdered by Asin to protect him, and Mona was killed by Victor's men when they found out about Adam's undercover role. Now, Adam is the only operative left alive. A recorded phone call between al-Taib and Asin suggests an imminent operation, believed to be a terrorist act. Acting quickly, Adam locates the safe house and confronts both men. But instead of confirming the narrative he had been fed, he uncovers the shocking truth. Al-Taib was not a terrorist but a former warlord who had become a legitimate political figure fighting for South Sudan's independence. Initially supported by the French, he later criticized their exploitation of Sudan's oil resources, which made him a political liability. To silence him, Martinet and the French authorities orchestrated a plan to lure him to France and assassinate him along with his family. The bombing at the Paris hotel had been a failed attempt to kill al-Taib, but he and his daughter survived. The so-called operation mentioned in the intercepted call was a surgery for his daughter, who had been gravely injured in the explosion. The woman Adam killed at the beginning, Sonia Gauthier, was actually a renowned journalist researching Western political manipulation in African nations. She was likely kidnapped with the help of Kruger and falsely presented as a hostage to set up a cover story, with Adam unknowingly sent to kill her under false pretenses. Just as Adam processes the truth, the raid police, having tracked him, storm the building. In the chaotic gunfire that ensues, Mokhtar al-Taib is killed. Before dying, he begs Adam to save his daughter. Adam and Asin fight their way out, secure the girl, and escape in an ambulance. Although al-Taib is now dead and the French government's covert operation seems complete, Adam acts on his conscience. He leaks classified evidence exposing Senator Martinet's corruption and France's role in the conspiracy, which is published in the press. With the cover-up unraveling, Kruger begins eliminating anyone who could implicate him or the government, including Victor and Natalia. Asin survives and becomes guardian to al-Taib's daughter, determined to protect her from further harm. Meanwhile, Jonathan is placed into state custody after the deaths of Victor and Natalia. Helene attempts to regain custody, but it is Adam who ultimately finds the boy and reunites the siblings. Just as they begin a new chapter, Kruger arrives, likely to kill them both. But Adam, true to his role as a protector, confronts Kruger and kills him, ensuring that Helene and Jonathan are finally safe to build a future together.